Was this the justice Taehyung had been silently waiting for? Was this the closure Jungkook needed after the night that shattered everything? Before you dive into this heart-stopping revelation, hit like, subscribe, and comment below what you think really pushed the intruder to do it, because what's about to unfold will shake every ARMY's heart. The world froze once again tonight as breaking news confirmed the arrest of the unidentified man who broke into BTS's Jungkook's home just days ago. The same terrifying night that left the idol unconscious, the nation trembling, and millions of fans demanding justice. But the shock doesn't stop there. Police have just revealed the motive, and Taehyung's emotional reaction has left the entire fandom holding their breath. According to early statements from the Seoul Metropolitan Police, the suspect, whose identity is still being withheld for legal reasons, was caught after days of intense investigation, tracing every security footage and digital footprint left behind. The arrest came at dawn, just when the city was barely waking up, and the eerie silence that followed the sirens felt like the calm after a storm. But what truly stunned everyone wasn't just the capture. It was the reason behind it. Sources close to the case revealed that the suspect's motive was far from random. He wasn't after money. He wasn't after fame. He wanted Jungkook himself. The chilling detail whispered through the corridors of the investigation unit described an obsession that had spiraled into something far darker than anyone imagined. Taehyung was the first to react when the news reached him. One insider close to HWB shared, their voice trembling as if reliving the moment. He didn't shout. He didn't cry. But his voice was cold, firm. He demanded the man be punished to the fullest extent of the law. Those who were present said his eyes glistened, not from anger alone, but from the unbearable memory of finding Jungkook motionless on that night. The night the door to their safety was shattered, as fans remember. The incident that took place only a few days ago turned Jungkook's home into the center of a global nightmare. The intruder broke in under the cover of darkness, reportedly bypassing security systems and triggering chaos. When emergency responders arrived, Jungkook was found collapsed, unconscious, his pulse faint, his expression pale. Taehyung, who had rushed to the scene upon hearing the news, was seen crying openly. A moment that broke the internet and captured the hearts of millions. Now, as the suspect sits behind bars, the world is asking why? Why target Jungkook? Why risk everything for something so cruel? The police reports hint that the man had been following Jungkook's schedule for months, mapping every move, every routine. Inside his small apartment, investigators found notebooks filled with obsessive writings, photos, and timestamps of the idol's daily life. He believed Jungkook was sending him hidden messages through his songs. One investigator said quietly, he thought they were connected. The revelation sent chills through the fandom. How could someone twist admiration into something so horrifying? Taehyung's words after hearing this truth were firm yet heartbreaking. If love turns into harm, he reportedly said, then it's not love, it's destruction. Fans flooded social media with tears and anger, calling for stronger protection for idols and questioning how such an obsession could grow unnoticed. HYB, still shaken by the entire ordeal, released a short statement thanking the police for their swift action but refrained from sharing further details, citing privacy and security reasons. However, insiders revealed that Taehyung personally contacted the authorities, pleading for full accountability. He hasn't been sleeping well, a friend disclosed. He keeps replaying that night in his mind, the sound of Jungkook's name being shouted, the sirens, the fear. Meanwhile, Jungkook remains under tight protection and is said to be recovering slowly, though emotionally scarred. Friends describe him as quiet, distant, no longer the bright laughter that used to fill every room. He's trying, another insider whispered, but when he closes his eyes, he still sees the shadow standing at the end of the hallway. The moment news of the arrest broke, the internet exploded. Hashtag Justice for Jungkook and hashtag Protect BTS began trending within minutes, while fans worldwide sent messages of support, promising to stand by the group more fiercely than ever. Some fans even gathered outside HYB headquarters, holding candles, praying not just for Jungkook's healing but for Taehyung's peace, for the two souls who seemed bound by that night's trauma. But the story takes yet another shocking twist. Rumors have surfaced that the suspect might not have acted alone. Authorities are reportedly investigating whether he had online accomplices who encouraged his obsession, possibly feeding him information about Jungkook's whereabouts. If confirmed, this case could uncover an entire network of stalkers operating beneath the radar of social media. A chilling reminder of how fame can become a cage as the public demands answers. One question echoes louder than ever. Can idols ever truly be safe? Taehyung's recent social post, though subtle, seemed to carry a deeper message. A black and white photo of a dimly lit street, captioned only with the words, "Darkness hides the truth until it's caught," sent fans spiraling into theories. Was this his quiet way of acknowledging the arrest? Or was he expressing the pain that justice could never undo what was already broken? The air around this story is thick with emotion, mystery, and heartbreak. Even as justice begins to unfold, the wounds remain raw, a haunting reminder of how fragile the line between admiration and danger can be. For Jungkook, this arrest may bring a small sense of closure, but for Taehyung, it's a war between relief and sorrow. He was the first to find out, the first to cry, the first to demand justice, and now perhaps the first to finally breathe again. Yet the echoes of that night will linger long after the headlines fade. The walls of Jungkook's home may be repaired, but the invisible scars will stay. In every locked door, in every late-night silence, in every trembling heartbeat that wonders, what if it happens again? So we ask you, the fans, the witnesses of this painful chapter, what do you feel? Was justice served? Do you believe Taehyung's fury was justified? Leave your thoughts in the comments and let's make sure this never happens to anyone ever again. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for every update, because this story is far from over. Behind every closed case lies another untold truth, and somewhere in the silence, another heartbeat waits to be heard. Stay tuned, stay aware, and never forget, even the brightest stars cast shadows. The arrest may have brought a temporary calm, but deep beneath the surface, something still trembles. In the hearts of millions who can't forget the night when Jungkook's safety was stolen, and Taehyung's tears fell in silence. The fans call it justice, the media calls it closure, but those who were closest to the moment know, this isn't the end. It's only the beginning of a truth that could break even harder than before. Late last night, reporters gathered outside the Seoul detention center where the suspect was being held. Cameras flashed, questions flew through the air, but the man kept his head down, his wrists bound, his silence chilling. "Why did you do it?" someone shouted. "Did you know Jungkook?" He didn't answer. His lips barely moved, but one of the officers standing nearby said he whispered a single word. "For love." That word sent shivers through the crowd. Love? How could something so pure be used to justify something so horrifying? The whispers spread like wildfire. Was he delusional? Was he obsessed? Or was he manipulated by something bigger, something darker? Inside HYB, the atmosphere remains heavy. The walls that once echoed with laughter are now filled with quiet tension. Taehyung, though strong on the outside, has been described as distant, reflective, carrying the weight of something far heavier than anger. He hasn't stopped checking on Jungkook, an insider revealed. Every day, every hour, he wants to make sure he's okay. It's as if he blames himself for not protecting him that night. But who could have predicted such madness? The intruder, according to police files leaked anonymously online, had been planning this for months. He had created fake fan accounts, tracked social media posts, and even tried to contact people close to Jungkook's circle to extract information. What makes it even more terrifying is that he was seen multiple times near HYB's building, unnoticed, invisible, hiding in plain sight. When the investigators entered his small, dim apartment, they found walls covered in clippings, photos of Jungkook performing, newspaper articles, even receipts from convenience stores.